Here is test number 1. We will be testing a rook on floor plan 4. First, we will input the number. Then, since the map will be rendered, we can choose a start point. And then choose another endpoint somewhere. Animation has been turned on. And now we can see how it will be rendered. Now for test number 2. A queen on floor plan 3. Here's the rendered map, start point, end point, and the visualization. That was quite quick. Now for test number 3. Floor plan 1 using the knight. This is the start point has been entered. The endpoint, animation on, and now the visualization begins. The pink represents the search area or the evaluated nodes for the algorithm, and the black is all of the blank space or unsearched nodes. White is the barriers, and on top we can see the animation has been shown as on, and at the bottom it says the move style is knight. This is a slowed down version of the actual searching because the animation is turned on so that the A-star algorithm can properly be seen and one can fully understand how it actually works. In reality, this process will not take more than a few seconds. You can see we're almost done. This was obviously quite a complicated search, which is why it's taken the longest out of the 3 times. There we go. At the bottom, one can see the time in milliseconds that it took and how many steps it had. This technique can be used to compare the efficiency of different move styles and paths and different maps. So a lower step count and a lower time would probably mean that it took lesser time for it to calculate the path. Welcome to test number 2. Here I will be testing different blockades and how they affect movement. Here's our first test. Let's run it. Let's try map number 2. Here we will place a start point, let's say over there, and we're going to place an end point in this room. Now, the ideal way would probably be to go around here and into there. That would be the shortest way. Around there, and down there. However, if we were to blockade this section off so that we cannot pass through it, now we've added a barrier over there. We're now going to change the move style, make it to a rook, as you can see down there, and we're going to press the spacebar so we can solve. Turn animation on. So the thing was I was unable to progress beyond that bit because it's an added to a barrier, so I had to find the next way around. Here's another test. This time let's run floor plan 3. Here, if we are to get over, let's say over there, and we want to get to this spot. Now the ideal way would be to just slip through one of these gaps and get straight there. However, we're going to close off this gap so that the rook cannot pass through it, and let's stick to a queen, and let's turn animation on. Now, bear in mind that the animation is obviously a slowed down version of the actual search, and it doesn't represent the actual timing, which is shown down here. So it's a very quick search. And the animation is just the same thing, slowed down so that one can understand and visualize how it goes. Let's try again. Let's try map number 4. This time, let's try a slightly more complicated blockade. If I want to go from this room to this room here, but I blockade, let's say, this bit off, and I also blockade this bit off so that the thing can't go around there. Now, this will probably be a very complicated search and take quite a while. However, I think that's... So I'm going to leave the animation off and let it solve. There we go. So, through the extent of the pink, we can see how it was a very, very complicated search. And it took up quite a lot of searching space and had to evaluate most of the board for it to finally arrive at that destination. Next, let's try map number 2. Haven't done that yet. And let's go for, let's say, from here to this room over here. Let's blockade that bit off properly. Let's blockade this bit off properly. And let's also blockade this bit off. And we're going to move to a rook. Now, as you can tell, it can't go straight through here, can't go through here, can't go through here. So the obvious path that we can, as humans, decide would probably be all the way around there. Let's see if the computer can do it as well. Animation will also be off for this because it will be a fairly long test. There we go. Oh, it went around. I was wrong. So, let's try one final test. Let's go for map number 1 again. And let's try going from there to there. Let's blockade that off. And this time we can try the knight. We blockade this bit off as well. There we go. And just for sake of it, let's blockade all 3 bits off. Let's say if someone's stuck inside, how would they escape? Now, as we can see, there is no way out of this place. So the program can either return a failed, or it could probably find a way to jump through. Given the knight, we'd expect it to be able to jump through the 1 brick wall. Let's see if we could do that. Brilliant. It performed perfectly as expected, done the right amount of searching. Tried there, couldn't go through. Tried there, couldn't go through. So it went through the closest possible space. That is the end of the test. Thank you.